school starting, with the season changing, and with Hurricane Harvey going on, there are bound to be some colds going around. As you all know, Big Bear recently started school, and in her second week of school, she came home with what I could tell was a cold quickly approaching. The cold approaches, the cold approaches. Color purple. Anyhow, so I jumped into action and I started my home remedies to try to keep the cold from getting worse. I love home remedies, so if any of you have any good ones in mind, please send them my way, and I would love to try them out. The first thing I do when I see a cold approaching is to whip up a batch of what I call honey lemonade. For my honey lemonade, the ingredients I'm going to need are some filtered water, some lemon, some honey, and some garlic. Yes, garlic. And then I'm going to pull out my blender. Once I have all of that, I'm going to throw in some lemon chunks. I'm going to wash my lemon first because I'm going to need the skins. So wash the lemon chunks in the blender, put in the filtered water, throw in a handful of skinned garlic, and then put in a ton of honey. You want it to really, really taste like lemonade. Usually lemonade is sweet. Then I'm going to blend it really well and strain it. After I've strained it, I can either serve it or I can chill it first before I serve it. We prefer to chill it. It tastes good on its own without chilling it, but it's even better when you do chill it. And it's also soothing on the throat. When you have something cold, if your throat is itchy or irritated and you have something cold on the throat, it feels really good and soothing. For those of you who don't know, garlic is a natural antibiotic, and so is honey. Honey is actually one of the oldest known antibiotics out there, which is really good for me because Big Bear is allergic to prescription antibiotics. She gets a rash all over her body. So anytime I can do a home remedy, I like them to begin with, but now I need them because I don't want my baby getting a rash all over her body. When I feel like the cubs are starting to get sick, I make sure I really, really keep them hydrated with water, of course, Gatorade, and with cranberry juice. Cranberry contains both antibacterial and antioxidant compounds. We are milk drinkers, but when we get colds, I cut off the milk supply because for some reason it tends to give us more mucus. I've noticed that and I don't like it, and the kids start coughing even more and all that congestion. They don't know how to spit out the mucus, so it's just really horrible. I feel bad for them, so I just cut off that milk supply and stick strictly to, like I said, the cranberry juice, the Gatorade, and the water. They don't drink sodas anyway, so I don't have to cut that out. But just stick with whatever is going to be hydrating them. Some other stuff I do is to keep the ceiling fan off. I notice that when the ceiling fan is on, it either starts a cough, or if they already have a cough, it prolongs a cough, and it makes them stuffy. So no ceiling fan. I stopped using humidifiers when they were really young. We bought different kinds thinking it was a humidifier that was the problem. That specific humidifier that was the problem, and it turns out just all the humidifiers we tried we did not care for because it seemed to, again, just like the ceiling fan, they would get stuffy, their cough would start. If they had a cough and we decided to use the humidifier, then they would continue coughing even longer. So for us, it just didn't work out. The best thing for us would be to put some Vicks on their chest and their feet with some socks. The Vicks help soothe their throat so there's less coughing, and then before bed, we don't typically give them something to drink before bed, but when they're coming down with a cold or cough, then we do. We give them some warm honey water. I just put their little cup in the microwave for a little bit, let it get warm, and then I put some honey in it, let it soothe their throat before bed, let it hydrate their throat before bed, not bread, bed. And then at night, if they happen to wake up and they need something to drink, I do allow them to have something to drink when they have a cold. And again, I will warm them up some water with some honey and give them their honey water. That's what they call it, honey water. I can tell that when they have if they're having a coughing spell or something and I give them some honey water, then that goes away and they're able to sleep. Typically, if I nip it in the bud and start catching those symptoms early on and start being proactive about it, then I won't have to give them any medicine. It's important to keep their little throats from getting too dry and irritated, because when that happens, that's when that itchiness comes along. They start coughing more, they start getting that inflammation. If they are coughing more, don't forget you can give them some Tylenol, some baby Tylenol, because you want that inflammation to go down and you don't want their little throats to be hurting. So if they've been coughing a lot, their throat's already irritated, remember, keep them hydrated and give them some Tylenol or some baby aspirin for the Advil for the inflammation. I would really love to try the saffron milk turmeric remedy. I've been dying to try that, but for me, saffron's hard to find. I need to get in touch with someone who has some. I know Gochujang Mama has some, so I might borrow some from her. If not, I'll tell her to make a video. And that's just some stuff that I do for my cubs when it's cold season. Please let me know what you do for your cubs when it's cold season, or for yourself, so that I can try it. Like I said, I love home remedies and I want to give more a whirl. I hope you learned something today that you didn't know yesterday. Toodles! This has been Mama Bear with a Daily Dash of Life. And as always, don't forget to spice up yours. May God bless you. Thanks for watching. To subscribe, click my watermark and click any video icon for more videos or to start a playlist. Check out bonus footage at Instagram and Twitter at A Daily Dash of Life. Toodles!